This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
I can tell you what I feel today as a Miami Dolphins fan. Yes, I'm a media member for the last 33 years, but I'm a fan. I'm 56 years old, and probably I remember Dolphins football when I was 5 or 6 at that time, which is the early 70s. And yeah, I know I'm old. Very early 70s, and with my dad watching the games. Okay, so I'm going to set aside. I'll give you the media member guy that tells you, hey, Mike McDaniel's been a disaster, as it comes to game management, in-game management. You can tell his game plan works. You can tell his play designs work. You can tell the players love him. You can tell all of that. That's what I'm telling you. This is not any of this stuff. This stuff can all be improved. You can get better at this. Okay? You can do all of this. But I'll tell you, as a Miami Dolphins fan today, I feel really good about this team. This is a super injured team. Give me Brandon Jones. Give me Nick Needham. Give me Byron. I love my Porsches more than my Miami Dolphins Jones. Give me Trill Williams with depth along with Darth Cater. Okay? Give me back Agba. All right? Give me back Tua. And let me see what happens next. And the Dolphins are 3-0 against the Bills this year. They should have won 3 weeks ago. Tyreek and Trent Sherfield dropped touchdowns on the same drive. Braylon Sanders was in the wrong place at the wrong time, because if you put Gesicki in there, that's another thing that Mike McDaniel's a knucklehead. He's ignorant. Oh, my offense, you got to have a blocking tight end and a pass-catching tight end. But there's a weapon, and I'm not going to use it. That's awesome. That makes all the sense in the world. Let me use a weapon. No, let me put a weapon on the sideline and not use it whatsoever. That makes all the sense in the world. And ever since he started playing Gesicki in the last month, what does Gesicki do? That's the only thing he's ever done, which is what? Make plays. So you use Gesicki also. Besides all the injured players, give me Gesicki on the field all the time. Give me Raheem Mostert healthy. The Dolphins are 3-0 against the Bills this year. 3-0. The gap has been shrunken significantly. Do not blind yourself, because this is what's going to happen in the offseason. You're going to have media members with all the sensationalistic bullshit that they're going to be writing. You're going to have ESPN and Fox and CBS and all these idiots trying to cause all kinds of trauma and all kinds of desperation because they got to fill a 24-hour clock. This team, okay? This ain't the Dave Wanstead team. We're close. No. This team is close. This is a really good football team that had a crap ton of injuries, that had every bad freaking break that could possibly go against them exactly went against them this year. You name it, everything from the stinking owners losing a first and a third round pick to take away ammunition. Every bad break. Tua has all kinds of injuries throughout his career. It wasn't really concussions. He had one when he broke his hip because he had you have two 300-pound fat guys land on you. And now not only are you going to get concussions, you're going to break every other bone. You're going to feel like Evel Knievel flying over the water fountains over at Caesars and breaking 800 bones in your body. Of course that's going to happen. But outside of that, it was never. This year, he stays away from no injuries. It had to be all head trauma. It's like it's the weirdest crap that could actually go on to a team. Everything went on. Teron Armstead, for fun, added a new injury after new injury every single week. He was the Evel Knievel, actually, of left tackles. I mean, anything and everything can go wrong. They've played like 7 different tackles. We had a guy named Cotton playing left guard today in Buffalo in a playoff game. Kiss my ass, dude. How much more do you want from this team? They fought, and I don't know how much more we can ask from these people. So I'm super proud of the Miami Dolphins right now. And I would not change the front office. I would not change the coach. I would not change the quarterback. Am I pissed with McDaniel today? Hell yeah, I'm pissed. He ended the season today. Not the players. The coach ended the season today. I've never seen that. Talk about a screwed up year. I've never seen that your quarterback goes down, the next guy goes down one play later, and then you're down to your third. The last couple of weeks was the first time a backup quarterback was able to finish the game, and there were a couple of times the Scott got banged up. We're like, oh my God. You know what I mean? The giraffe is going to have to come in. Listen, you got to compartmentalize the frustrations of the moment, the frustrations of the entire season, all of the injuries, all of the bad luck, every bad break that you can possibly get. Teddy gets mysteriously taken out of a game with no concussion, with a concussion when he didn't have one. This is the kind of stuff that went on this year that was so unacceptable. And it was so frustrating this year because it gutted the season. It gutted the team. And yet they kept fighting, and they kept fighting, and they kept fighting. Look, X, that guy's like 70% of what he used to be. Made some plays on the back end there. Got beat a whole bunch of times too, but, he hung in there. It's hard, man. It's just, this is like, it's a frustrating end, but I don't believe it's nearly as bad as people want to make it out to be. And I don't believe I'm lying to myself. I see it, man. How depleted is this team? And they went to Buffalo with their third quarterback, a seventh rounder, and they took him to the end. And the team was ready to possibly win that game with as depleted as they were. And it was the freaking head coach that got a sword and stabbed them right in the heart. Because I would imagine that Mike McDaniel's telling everybody in that locker room and looking at him eye to eye, I apologize. I lost this game for you guys. We would have gotten the 4th and 1. We could have kept this drive going. We don't know what happens after that. Sanders, dude, you're playing with a hot foot. What's the worst case scenario? Feel good about a tie. Overtime, anything can happen. At the point that the Dolphins the players put themselves in a position that we felt like now you had a chance. And the coach gutted you like a fish. Just gutted your ass right there. And he's got to get better, and he should feel guilty about it because he's screwed up most of the wins, most of the losses. Most of the losses, as you all know, I've said it on this show over and over again. Oh, I'm sorry, what did the defense do again this week? Oh, yeah, they gave you a chance to win again. It's really amazing. They even scored a touchdown for you. The special teams added 3 points. And yet, the offense was the sticking point in the whole thing. It's the weirdest thing. The weaker unit was the one that kind of was more steady. It was tough, man. But don't allow the FUD out there, the fear, the uncertainty, the doubt. Do not allow it to creep in. Okay? This team is on the right track. They've just got to fix a couple of things here, and they'll be good. I'm telling you, they're good. I like this coach. He'll figure things out. I believe he's too smart not to understand this. We see him every day. We talk to him. We hear from him. He's a smart guy. Sometimes smart people out even smart themselves. Okay? There's a thing called intelligence. There's a thing called common sense, right? And sometimes they don't collide, right? Robert Kraft's an incredibly intelligent man. Common sense says don't go to the Asian day spa. So these are the things that you just kind of, intelligence is there. But sometimes you're what? You're going on 4th down? No, that's where common sense, no, you can't do that, bro. And that's my point there too, you know. So we shall see. We shall see. But I believe that they are headed in the right direction. I really do.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.